My content is for 13 and up or adult collectors of the product.
We have Whirl Night now. It's time to Quadstrike. Hello everyone, and for this video, we'll be reviewing the Beyblade Quadstrike Whirl Night. Now before we continue with the video, make sure to comment your thoughts and subscribe. Alrighty, now we're going to take a look at Whirl. Now Whirl originally was Wind Knight. I don't really think it needed the name change, but we already know how ADK likes to randomly change the names, and then after, I don't know, for the pro release they used like the normal name. Stamina type. So this should be really hard for them to screw up. It's a circle, unless they just make it hollow and really small. For some reason, they forgot. They didn't forget, obviously it's on purpose, but no moon disc, sadly. Not even like a QS version of it. Tapered, oh, we finally got a recolor of Jaggy, I just noticed that. Oh, they did, okay, so they did the bounce attachment, all right, that's something. Anyways, we're gonna take a look at it. I forgot, wait a minute. My child, what did they do to you? Look at what they did. Moving on to the part by part, we have our Knight core. So, the slopes are just a little bit above average. They kind of remind me a little bit of Ultrek. They aren't as tight as I would want it to be, but I don't know. They're serviceable enough where they're okay and can be kind of considered alright. So obviously compared to the actual Knight's core, yeah, a lot of the silver is missing and a lot of its identity is kind of just gone. Yeah, just looking at it, it's not pleasant. Well, they also took away the vertical teeth, which I thought was a really cool thing they did with the Knight core. So what this meant is that the teeth can move around like this. And the idea with this was kind of just like defense, because you would kind of like, I don't know, impact absorption, I guess. It kind of worked for defense. I thought it was fine. Obviously, not present here, but yeah, it's a little sad. Actually, I like that one. I like that one. Obviously, you know, what would you expect? It is what it is, right? But you know, I get the Whirl blade, which I mean, I've already went over at the start, right? We've already went over it at the start, so I don't wanna go too crazy on it. But you know, it's as big as basically Garuda. That's literally just its width. So interesting about this, there is a upper force mode and a down force mode. So first of all, in terms of thickness, obviously not. It's not as wide or as thick as the actual wind blade. I mean, it's very clearly smaller than it. They try to keep a little bit of the general shape. It's just more squished and just, yeah, it's Garuda shape, right? So there are two modes to this with wind. There is down force mode, and then after upper force mode. I just use upper force. I don't think down force does anything other than maybe hurt it a bit. But aside from that, even though it is a little bit hollowed here, actually, not that bad of a blade. Not that bad of a blade. So I did do, so obviously you'll see on my competitive testing channel, competitive testings, doy. But this holds up really well. This is probably the best release I've seen in Hasbro in a long time, specifically for just the blade. It out-staminas Gambit. It's decent enough against attack. It's essentially just like a Garuda 2.0. It does a very good job equalization, so very good for Hasbro only. So thumbs up here, huh? Honestly, it was very hard to screw this up. You're just essentially just doing a circle shape, so it's very hard for a room of error. For some reason, they gave it 2, not 6. I know it doesn't really matter because the gravity rings aren't even metal. I just found that a little bit funny. Now, for the disc, they gave it tapered. They didn't do a moon disc. Now, basically, I have to explain. So, moon was a BU lock disc. Now, BU lock, there's a metal nub that is right here, as we can see, right? Now, that interacts with the BU locks that, obviously, the Knight Strike chip does not have. And it's supposed to add is, like, a little bit extra burst resistance. Obviously, no BU lock right there. I just wanted to mention that. I find it weird they didn't do it. I find it weird. I thought they would, or at least they would have probably reused the Pandora disc. I don't know why they're just not liking to reprint that one, but I mean, Hasbro's Tapered is a pretty good disc, I would say. It's pretty good for Hasbro only. Kind of lean towards a little bit more opposite spin. Their base on here is Jaggy, which I think finally, after so long, we finally got a recolor. It is a kind of like this lightish blue. It's okay. It's all right for a recolor. Jaggy's not really that good of a base. It's very outclassed in the meta, but this is a little bit tighter than the original one. So if you have a Magma E-Fritter and you want to make that Jaggy, but you want to have a little bit tighter, that is your go-to here. Now the attachment, yeah, they did bounce kind of. So Bounce's gimmick was a tiny little sharp, and it was like it was basically nothing but worse, I would say. The guard kind of hurt it quite a bit. I thought they could have improved it, kind of like how they did kick. No. Also, it's funny, look, it's not sharp again, it's again semi-flat. This basically gets hurt by destabilizing, so it basically just dies a little bit easier at the end. Hasbro's kick is still probably your best, most consistent attachment for quad drive or quad strike. 4.77, again 7.59, 13.13, 7.04. 6 is about 13.37, 1.42, 31.56, 26.12. 5.5, 3.21, 8.72, 48.07 versus about 72.37. Yeah, so a lot more life in this one. Again, it's so weird. Look at this. Right, okay, TT Hasbro. Look at how small it is. So weird. Oh, this really does feel odd just looking at them both. Yeah, I mean, hey. If it works, it works. The blade's really good, so honestly, I don't really care. I'll take what I can get, dude. Alrighty, whoa, hold on. High mode? High mode. Yeah, alright. I think I think we got it from this point.
Alrighty, so the thing is, with Whirl Knight, the orientation is supposed to look like this in low mode, which that means they designed it wrong in low, but it aligns right in high. I don't know. If you want to see how it looks side by side in the right orientation that they have it for, and not the one that I prefer for the normal low mode, yeah, because otherwise high mode you have to flip it around, but yeah, either way, we're gonna just talk about the other Garudas and the Knights.
So obviously, you know, Knight is basically just, it was always basically just Garuda, but they changed the motif, right? I think basically aside from Air Knight for like the lair, because Air Knight wasn't for Hasbro, nah. Garuda, obviously very, very solid. And, you know, Whirl, at least we end off this kind of line on it being pretty solid. It goes pretty much toe-to-toe with Garuda and can more likely than not get the upper hand on it, so... Yeah, and I'm at least happy that it wasn't clapped, dude. It wasn't clapped. It is still really funny to see how small it is, and I do kind of wish it was the big lovable circle, but you know, it still does the job. So I don't care, dude. Even if the attachment's trash, who cares? The blade's pretty much the best thing I've seen Hasbro in a long time. So we take that. We take that. Alrighty, we're gonna get started now. 3, 2, and the grip. Yeah, in the stadium, you're gonna probably see. So I kind of understand why they made it a little bit semi-aggressive, but I don't know. Even I feel like to me that's a bit like much for them just to try to go to that. Alrighty. Next up is gonna be against Lightning Pandora. So let's see how our good old Whirl does. I actually don't know if Whirl wins in the sense against like Pandora, cause like Pandora. I don't know, maybe like the attachment works a little bit better than Bounce does, I don't know. No, I guess not. Whirl's gonna dominate. Okay, we're gonna see a lot of wins in this video, probably. That is Whirl. Okay, we have Whirl, and then after we have Comet Helios. You gotta make it a little more exciting. The bays on the color on the Hasbro bays are like abysmal. I can never make out whatever details on these things, it's just absent. Whatever, I'm giving those hits, so I think we pretty much win all the battles in this video. That'll be fun, actually. We should be winning majority. I'll say majority, because I don't know for sure if I win all of them. Now we're talking. Hey, let's go, Whirl. Look at that. Alright, next up, come on, Divine Bellfire. Yeah, no, I mean, no, this one was an easy one. I don't know what I was thinking. It's not a challenge for you. It's not a challenge. We'll throw it up against one last one. We're going to throw it up against the Ultimate Evo Valtryek V8. I don't know why I said real challenge, and it's barely tapping it at all. Yeah, it's winning the whole thing. I'm very happy with this release, huh? It wins competitively and it wins casually. So pretty much you're getting best of both worlds. You're getting actually the best of both worlds here. I feel like if you get a different, I don't know, I versus blue. how does it do against Hydra Poseidon? So I feel like Hydra should disable. Ooh, big hit from hey, hello! Hydra Poseidon attacking it. Okay, nothing. I guess it's just that high of stamina. QR code at the end. Feel free to scan it. I don't know if at the time of this recording the app is going to have it, but have fun. Alrighty, so final thoughts. Is Whirl worth getting? I would say, yeah, it's good in the competitive sense and in the casual sense we already saw. So since it wins basically twice, all right, this is double release, okay? People say I don't give credit. I give plenty of credit in this one. I gave plenty of credit in this one. I think this is definitely worth picking up if you are competitive or even if you are just casual and just for the fun of it. This, again, has redeeming aspects for both, okay? See, I gave it a fair, I always give the bays a fair chance, okay? If they do good, you say, I say it does good. If it doesn't do good, I'll tell you it doesn't do good. Always honest here, huh? Subscribe if you are new here with bell notifications on. And hey, make sure to check out our store, which is an optional way to support the channel. We have our Lunar Week sale, 20% off store-wide additional on checkout. We have DB, GT products, hey, optional way to support the channel. And if you want to get some legacy products, you can. Have an awesome, amazing day. Let me know your thoughts and bye.